Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. I'm having a lot going on right now because I've got Black Ops 6, well, a lot going on for a lot of different reasons. I've got Black Ops 6 campaign going on right now. I've got this series that I'm starting, and Life is Strange Double Exposure, which is the direct sequel to the first game, is coming out on the 29th. Yeah, I believe the 29th. So I've got a lot going on, and I get married this upcoming weekend. Insane. But I'm going to make sure, even on the week that on my honeymoon, I'll have stuff scheduled to come out on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because that's my schedule that I'm trying to keep right now. You know, it's likely to change. But anyway, enough of the yapping, which this whole video is going to be yapping. So if you don't like it, then I guess bye. But anyways, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the series. If you're not aware, I am going to be ranking, or I did rank, every single story mode game that I've ever played. Because if I ranked, it's impossible to rank every just normal game, because, I mean, that'd be ranking way too much. Way too much, including multiplayer, and it's just not gonna, it wouldn't work. So, anyway, yeah, let's just jump right into it. So, I left off with Battlefield, which was number 57, I believe. So now I'm going to start with number 56, and I have Assassin's Creed 2, and it was released in 2009, I believe. PS3 game, Xbox 360 game, obviously PC, but you know. And yeah, so the plot is you return as Desmond Miles, and you are against the Templars, which is in the first Assassin's Creed. And, you know, we already have 2 sequels that are in the bottom 15, because, you know, sequels are just hard to do. They're not easy to do. But then you have other sequels like Uncharted 2 that are so good. Sorry, I had a little freaking spasm right there. That's something in my eye, too, so that's not fun. Anyway, so that's the plot. So you return against the Battle of the Templars because they, in the first one, spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1, in the first Assassin's Creed game, your brother and your father gets killed by the Templars. So this whole game is just about that revenge. And, you know, it's a decent story. The graphics are nothing to write home about because it was 2009. And, you know, there are some wonky mechanics, but, I mean, you have the classic eagle dive into the hay. I'm pretty sure that was in this one. I'm almost certain. And the combat's great. Combat's really good, but, you know, there's a lot less there compared to these newer games, like these other Assassin's Creed games that are on this list. I mean, it's just lackluster, you know. That's why it falls lowest, because it's good. It's just not near as good as the ones above it. Okay, so next we have Beyond Two Souls. Now, there is a lot to love about this game, okay? I'm just going to start off by saying this. That being said, the plot is really interesting, very intriguing. So you play as Jodie Holmes, and you find out that she has this entity attached to her that goes by the name of Aiden, technically, goes by the name of Aiden. You come to learn that she has these abilities, and then you find out throughout the story that, you know, she was placed in this lab, and this doctor, shout out Willem Dafoe, I can't remember his name in the game, but he plays as like your father figure because your parents didn't want you, because you were dangerous to them. So you get raised in this lab, you get attached to these doctors, these caregivers, and once you're old enough, you get recruited by the United States, like by the FBI, and you learn how to do combat. You learn how to use Aiden on certain missions and use him for good. But sometimes Aiden gets a little angry. He gets a little upset. But also he gets he gets jealous when Jodie has like a love interest. And so The whole game is basically the whole game is basically just about Jody and Aiden's relationship and how far will they go for each other. Like, how far what will Aiden do to help Jody, or what won't Aiden do to help Jody, and what won't Jody do to be there for Aiden. And it's really interesting. Now, I gotta talk about the combat, man. The QTEs, the quick time events. Maybe I'm bad. Maybe it's a skill issue. But holy frick, they are probably the worst quick time events I've ever seen. And they're pretty prominent in the game, which is why this lands so low on the list. I'll be honest. The quick time events are the design, they're like, there's no physical QTE for you to hit. So it'll show like a fist swinging at you, and you will have to either dodge left or right. But sometimes it's inconsistent. Like if someone's swinging at you from the right, which would be to y'all's, to the right. If someone's swinging at you from the right, you go to dodge to the left, sometimes it'll still hit you. Like, it's so... I feel like that's poorly designed. That's all it is. And, you know, this is the same company that made Heavy Rain. And obviously Heavy Rain it's higher on the list. And it was very successful. It's a pretty renowned, you know, decision-based game. So they improved, but golly, it was rough. It was rough. And there were parts of the game where it was like kind of uncertain what you were supposed to be doing, like in the middle of like missions. They don't really have missions, but in certain sections of the game, there were just times where I didn't know what the frick to do. And it like got me so frustrated. I got a headache. Like, it pissed me off a couple times. So that's my gripe with this game. The plot in and of itself is so good. I wish it just would have been backed up, or even done at a later time. You know, maybe it was just made at the wrong time and they didn't have the game engines to do. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, that's why it lands at 55. All right, going on to number 54, I've got Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Okay. You know, I talked about Sly 2 a couple episodes ago, I believe. It was a couple episodes. It may have been. No, it was a couple episodes ago. And I'm so fond of the Sly games. And, you know, this game being at 54, I feel like is only because of how dated it is. I want to say it released in 2003 or 2004. I could be wrong. It may be earlier than that. It was early 2000s. So they had a lot to figure out. But for what it is, oh, it's so good. So the plot is you play as Sly Cooper. The main character is Sly Cooper. And same thing as, you know, the last one I did. You play Sly Cooper, and you have Bentley the Turtle and Murray the Hippo. And y'all are thieves. Yeah, y'all are literally just thieves. And y'all are trying to track down the Thievius Raccoonus book that was passed down from Sly's ancestors from generations and generations of thieving. There were certain techniques. And there are certain techniques. And it gets stolen, and the plot is to get it back. And that's it. And this game has such good... Like, it's so, the stealth is so good. It's so good. I love it. I really do. I love these games. You know, this is my second least favorite, but there's only 4. There are just things in the fourth and the third and fourth that they did better, in my opinion. And that's why this one falls as low as it does, just because, you know, it's kind of a victim of the times. You know, but that's going to happen with a lot of these games. It's kind of what I was talking about with Assassin's Creed 2, you know. It's just going to happen. So, anyway, guys, yeah, so that's this video. I hope y'all are enjoying this series. So we have, we have We have 56, Assassin's Creed 2, 55, Beyond Two Souls, and 54, Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. I've only got one more video where I'm going to be doing 3. And then it's going to be 1 video per each game. And those videos might fall a little bit shorter than these, 10 to 15 minute videos because I'm only talking about 1 game. But I feel like they really do deserve their own video. So anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, enjoyed this series. Let me know what y'all think, what you agree with, disagree with, or anything else. So yeah, peace.